The footage which has been published by Hamas of Omri Miran and Keith Siegel, showing both of them alive, both of them talking about Pesach, talking about the Passover festival, which began a couple of days ago, makes it very clear this is proof of life. There are hostages still alive in Gaza being held by Hamas, and Netanyahu's efforts have done nothing to establish their release or their security. And his actions, I think this video is only going to encourage the protests against Netanyahu's belligerence, against Netanyahu's gung-ho attacks, and may well see a pause in the plans to besiege what remains of the Gaza enclave. But who knows? Mr. Netanyahu is fully aware that time is running out for his efforts, and that the moment his war is over, he's going to be handed over to a number of different courts to face the inevitable charges about starvation in Gaza, about possible genocide. I think he won't face an actual charge of genocide. He will face a charge of not stopping genocide, of not doing enough to prevent a lurch towards genocide. And I think he will also face the ballot box and have to submit to the fury of the Israeli population, who will recognize that he has not delivered safety. He failed in security on the 7th of October, and he hasn't delivered the hostages home. All he has done is to make Israel into a pariah state. None of that was necessary, and it's all happened on his watch. He can't blame anybody else. He has endangered world peace. He's endangered the Middle East. He's endangered his own party and his own nation. I think the problem is that the opposition in Israel certainly doesn't share the views of the people marching in London. I was appalled to see that the police stopped the gathering of a pro-Jewish march or pro-Jewish walk through London yesterday, and it is shocking how vocal these slogans and these simple solutions have become to a very complex situation. It's impossible to turn history back. It's impossible to turn back the tide of events and to repair the damage done by Netanyahu and his cabinet. But I think the world must now gather to insist on Israel making good the homes of the Gazan people and ensuring their security. That will be a very difficult ask, and that will be a very difficult thing to deliver, because the Gazans are rightly fearful of the Israeli occupiers and will almost certainly respond with a muted intifada. And I don't see this ending positively, but we have no choice. We have to insist on Israel repairing the damage that it's done, and we have to insist on a peace returning to the territory. I think we also have to insist on a two-state solution, and if Israel won't accept that, it needs to be imposed. I think there is no alternative. So that's the state of play, and the fact that there are hostages, and the fact that Netanyahu's efforts are not producing their rescue is a sign of his incompetence.